Good evening. I am Alice Barnes, and I am here to teach you how to play with your oils. I know that might sound a little weird, but I'm going to tell you we all need to have a little help in this area sometimes. I just, and we want to make sure that you know what you're doing. I started with my oils in 2000, August of 2014. So it's been a little while ago. And I got to tell you, I fell in love with them right away just because I like started goofing around with them. I did not know this is a Sarah Harnish script. I did not know about Sarah Harnish. I didn't know like all of the little tips and tricks. And so I wanted to make sure that you have that opportunity to know more about it. There is a learning curve to oiling because you have to untrain yourself from everything that you've been doing. One of the things I had to unlearn was using candles. I loved candles. Anybody here? Anybody here love candles? And so I had to learn how to make diffuser recipes, and I've got all kinds of little booklets now, and I have hookups on Facebook that give me all kinds of wonderful little diffuser recipes for the candles and such. But I'm going to tell you, like, I had no clue back in 2014. So I'm telling you right now that the government does not monitor our toxicity levels in items. And so if you're burning candles, you might want to remember that those are pretty nasty. I'm going to help you to hopefully play with your oils and be able to get rid of a few things. The medical systems that we have right now, we've got lots of people that are just wanting to throw medicine, throw answers at any problems we have right now. I decided to kind of step away from the traditional medical field. I am still working with them, but I am now working with functional medicine. I've had some health issues lately, and like when she's looking at my Ninja or my Ninja, yes, my products that I'm using from Young Living, she is like impressed. She's impressed with the Ninja, the master formula, the enzymes, all those things. She's like, yeah, keep taking those. But then she's been able to help me fine tune some other items that I'm using. And so you want to make sure that you are using quality materials when you're using even supplements. And we're going to talk about this a little bit. Sarah Harnish, like I said, she wrote this script book, and this is, if you happen to have this script book, this is 106 Essential Oils, 106 Fearless, How to Play with Your Oils. And I'm going to tell you, I am not a doctor. I am a retired teacher. And I do want to let you know that what I say here is just my opinions or Sarah's opinions, and you have to do what's right for your body. This is one of Sarah's favorite classes because it walks you through Young Living is not a hobby, but it is a lifestyle. It's practical, and you should be oiling every day, multiple times a day, and in multiple ways. And I'm going to be talking some more about that. If you started with a premium starter kit, you might have 12 bottles and a diffuser and some extra little sample kind of things that you got. But I'm going to tell you that there are many, many more here. Here's my little stash. And this is just, that's just my oils. I did not get those all at once. I started with a few and I added on as I was doing my subscribe to save order. And when you are in your subscribe to save order, you can get some loyalty points, which you can get free product with those loyalty points. And you can also get points that you can buy what you would like. And so for most of the items that we have in Young Living, you can get those free with those loyalty points. Young Living is cutting edge. It is a pioneer in our industry. Their distillation methods are copied globally. They are the first company to have over-the-counter products like acne cream, coolazupine cream, thieves, cough drops, insect repellent, and mineral sunscreen that are oil infused. I'm going to tell you a bit later why that is so important, that oil infused is important. They have more than, they have more oils, over 200 singles and blends than any other company on the planet. And they have smart spectrum CBD oils that use terpenes in essential oils as a delivery method to make the bioavailable without the THC. And so like you can use that and it has 0 THC. You will not have any problems with that having any THC in it. Ninja, how many of you use Ninja? It is amazing. It's got lots of antioxidants in it and lots of minerals and vitamins in it. So it's a great one. It's almost like a multivitamin. And when you started with your starter bundle, if you didn't, you might have started with a different choice of items, but you made the choice that I made, that you did not want to be using toxin laden stuff. And so you decided that you were going to go ahead and you were going to clean up your house a little bit. Yes, Zoe just said that she is even using her Ninja while she's pregnant. Like seriously, it is amazing food for your body and for your little one if you happen to be pregnant. If you get headaches when you walk through the cleaning or the air fresheners or stuff like that at the grocery store, that is because your body is sensitive to the fragrances. And so our Young Living items do not have fragrances. They do not have those things that you're going to be allergic to. Some people might be, a few people might be allergic to some of the essential oils, but for the most part, like because they're so natural, most people don't have problems with it. So I was talking to you about using items that have oils in them. For instance, our supplements. It's important for you to have oils in them because that helps our body use them. The essential oils can cross blood-brain barriers. And so it can get into our cells easier if it has oils in them. And so this is one example. Clinical experience has shown that before putting essential oils in multi-grains formula, there was 42% blood absorption in 24 hours. And after adding the essential oils to the formula, blood absorption increased to 64% in just 30 minutes. And in 86% in 1 hour. So I'm telling you, like your cells are going to use this much better. So I'm going to give you just one example. This is my Super Cal Plus. And if you're not using Super Cal Plus, please consider it. It has vitamin D in it, 50% of your daily amount. Vitamin K, 25% of your daily amount. Calcium, 20%, and magnesium, 28%. And yeah, you're right. This is another pregnancy must-have, Zoe, because I'm telling you, if you're not getting that calcium, the zinc, the vitamin D, the K, your body is not going to be able to absorb it and use it. You are right. So with this, then you've got this, these marine minerals and all these things in here that are amazing, that are the Super Cal Plus Dual Action Blend. And then they go ahead and add oils. They put Idaho blue spruce, black spruce, copaiba, vetiver, and peppermint in here so that then this will like get into your cells faster because those oils are carrying it. And that's called bioavailability. And I'm telling you, seriously, like the best. I went in for my checkup with my PA for my functional medicine doctor. And she said that my vitamin D levels were like way above where they needed to be. And I'm like, yeah, good job, Young Living. So now you have two super, super good reasons to start cleaning your cabinet. The first one is the stuff in your home is toxic and you don't want to poison your family. And the second one is even the products that you have that may be relatively good aren't probably oil infused unless you're using Young Living. And so your body is not assimilating, they're not using that product in the right way because it doesn't have the oils to get them into your cells. So think about those two reasons, toxins and your body being able to use the products you're putting in them. So now let's get into playing with your oils. You don't need to be perfect. That's the most important thing to remember. There is no need to worry at all about being perfect with using your oils. Don't be scared. Biggest thing. There is no wrong way. I'm going to give you a few little guidelines, but seriously, the biggest thing is to open the oil. I always say if your oil is closed, it's doing you no good. If you're opening it, now we're talking. You're getting some good out of it. So crack it open and start using it. There are lots of pamphlets, lots of things out there that are going to give you ideas. And I have got a few examples here. All of you probably recognize. Now, some of us who got our kit much earlier, we did not get one that was near this thick or near this beautiful. This is our product guides. And in here, it gives you all the products that we have and it tells you what to do with them. Like seriously, grab this, even if it's an old product guide, pull it up. If you need the link for the product guide, I can get you that. Seriously, all you have to do is visit youngliving.com and it's right there. All of your information there. And the new platform is amazing at giving you information. I have got just a couple little brochures that I get from, this one's from Life Science, 150 uses, fast and fabulous. And it goes through 11, I think, different oils and uses that you can use. For example, I'm just going to give you one example. For purification, it says for air freshener, diffuse or neutralize foul or stale odors. So seriously, 150 ideas. And then this is another one that I love called Flourish from Growing Healthy Homes. And both of these places have huge amounts of references, but these are just two of my favorite. And this goes through and it talks about it talks about all of the starter kit oils, and then it gives recipes in it. And then it has some of the supplements and makeup and things like that in it too, just to give you an idea of what we have. And then the other thing that I need to plug is the Essential Oils Desk Reference. If you do not have this, this goes through and it is not compliant. It does not, but use what's going to be good for you. And it goes through and it tells you, it gives you the singles, the blends, the supplements, and it goes through and it gives you lots of information on how to use your items better. It's amazing. But seriously, open your bottles, use them. Open your supplements and use them. If you've got supplements sitting on your shelf, if you're not getting them in, even if you're not using them correctly. Now this one says to use 2 capsules per day. I've been talking a lot this last couple days. 2 capsules daily with food. So I should probably be taking these at my meal, but if I forget and I don't take them until 2 hours later, I'm still going to take them. As my lovely friend Britta Dimler would say, if you're not getting them in your body, they're not doing you any good. And so at least go ahead and get them in your body so that you're getting some good out of it. My goal is for you to be able to understand that getting oils into other homes is also important, because you have friends and family that may not know about oils. We want to always make sure that we are sharing with people, because don't you love, how many people love them? How many people love their Young Living products? Yeah, it's amazing. All right. So how often should you use oils? Every single day and as much as you can. The biggest mistake that people do is not use them enough. Quote from Jen O'Sullivan says, they should be viewed as another wellness regimen upon which we embark. You don't brush your teeth or take a shower only when you feel like it. So when you want results and overall wellness, you do something long-term and with deliberate dedication. Isn't that beautiful? Like seriously, get in there and be using them if you're wanting to be healthy. So why do we fear oils? Because we don't know what's going on. People have been using oils since the book of Genesis without direction. So they're pretty foolproof, really. A second quote from Jen O'Sullivan is, today there are hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, using essential oils under their own supervision and without knowledge or understanding of how or what they are using. However, these people using oils on a regular basis have one thing in common. There have been no major issues with people becoming sick or dying from their use. Now, of course, this is talking quality therapeutic oils. And so we want to make sure that we're using the very best that we have. And for me, that is Young Living. Sarah says, one of her Facebook friends said the other day, do these hokey oils really work? And she said, well, there are $2.5 billion in sales every year, selling 50 to 100,000 starter bundles a month. And that means they're either duping a whole lot of people or the oils work. So I'm just saying, for me, they work. Don't fear your oils. Get them in, on, or around your body and make sure that you are trying them. The first thing you can do is just take a bottle, grab a bottle. If you've got a bottle near you, just any bottle, just grab it and open it and smell it. Easy as can be. You just open it and those molecules will come out, and the top notes and the middle notes and the base notes, kind of like a music staff, are going to give us different smells. It means that the oil rises into that top oil means that the top notes move the fastest, and that means they rise into the air faster. They are the first smell you get, and they are like the sweetest of the three smells. And then you have that middle note, and it lasts a little longer. And when you're diffusing, you maybe smell that one a little more. And then that last one is that base note. And those are the ones that will stay longest. They will stay intact, and they will move together. The middle, top, and base note will connect together as one molecule, and they'll move together. Now, here's the other thing. If you've got another oil, grab another oil. If you don't, just use that one oil you have. Open another one. Take a drop and put it in your hand. And if you got 2 drops like I did, that's good. Now take your other hand and go in a circular motion 3 times. And they say that like gets it to like connect with your body, your cells. Take your hands and just cup them and breathe that in, and then breathe it out. Breathing is one of the things that we do not do enough of. And then take that leftover oil, the oil that's left on your hands, and just wipe it someplace. Your hair is a great diffuser. Rub it through your hair, rub it on your neck, rub it on your arms, wherever. Just make sure that you're getting it on your body. You then can also put a drop in your diffuser jewelry. I use necklaces, earrings. I use bracelets, and I love the bracelets with the lava stones because I then take them off and I like use them as a fidget toy. I'm a little attention deficit, so that is a great way to be able to use it, is with your jewelry. And it just takes a drop or two. And there are so many drops in there, like you can just use it over and over and over again. Another way you can use them is to make a spritzer. And so what you do is you go ahead and you take a bottle, just any old bottle that has a spray lid. You can get these Amazon pretty cheap, or any of those other places, you know, like the places I was talking about with buying your reference guides, your life sciences or whatever. You can get bottles from them also. Put your oils, 10, 20 drops, and then put in some witch hazel or some high quality vodka, and then fill it up with water. And then you've got a spritzer. I love doing one, a spritzer where I put citronella, lavender, and tea tree, about 10 drops of each, with a little dash of the witch hazel. And then I fill it up with water. And then this is what I spray my mattresses with every time. Yeah. Makes them smell very good. Two other places that Sarah talked about was oil plus glass. Oh no, that's her book. Bulk apothecary and the oil supply store were the two places she said. And then she said with that oil plus glass, that has a huge amount of make and take items in there. And so that would be a great one. If you want to do any DIY, do it yourself items, that's great. But you know, there's so much even just free on Google it. Google stinky shoes, essential oils, and there will be recipes that come up for what you can do there. But if you do have stinky shoes, you can just go ahead and in like a 2-ounce sprayer, put about 10 drops of purification in there, fill it up with a little bit of that, either vodka or witch hazel, and fill it up with water, and then just spray that. Last night I was over in Iowa. It was so fun. And one of the things that our speaker Haley said was to take wool dryer balls and just put, 10 drops of purification or whatever on that wool dryer ball and put it inside your kids' duffel bag or in their shoes or whatever. But I was like, oh my gosh, that's genius. I never thought about a wool dryer ball. Cleaning and fresheners. They've got, Young Living has so many cleaning items that you can use with Thieves Household Cleaner. On the back of the Thieves Household Cleaner bottle, it tells you different dilutions. They even have the Thieves Cleaning Bucket, item 20421. And that comes with a little pouch filled with nearly half a dozen oils. And then you can use that to clean. You put some oils in with your Thieves Household Cleaner. So like pine and a little bit of lemon, and clean with that. And it almost smells like pine salt. And it is very good, very good, very good indeed. The diffuser. So if you don't have a diffuser, make sure that you get one. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to say probably one in every room. My husband said to me, I said it Valentine's Day, I really want one of those Aria diffusers. And he said, do we really need another one? And I said, but I really want an Aria diffuser. Zoe, the pine sol, I just do a few drops of pine, a few drops of lemon. Works out great. And I just add that then to my thieves, whether I'm cleaning my floors, I take a probably gallon bucket and put in a cap full of Thieves, a household cleaner, and then about probably 5 drops of pine, 5 drops of lemon, and scrub floors with that. Great, great, great. You can even go ahead and make a spritzer with Thieves Household Cleaner, the 10 drops of pine, 10 drops of lemon, fill it up with water, and then that can be your cleaner that you clean counters with and such too. Works out great. All right, another thing that you can do is let me back up a minute. The diffusers. So I have got an Aria, I've got a Desert Mist, I've got all kinds of different. And last night I earned two of the little diffusers. You can't even get anymore, the little succulent diffusers. So Young Living just spoils us so great. If you have not been going to any of the in-person things, like every time I go, no, probably not every time, but probably 80 to 90% of the time that I go to a Young Living, whether it's a convention, whether it's something at Britta's, whether it's, and if you're saying, if you live in Iowa and you say, oh, but it's so far to Britta's, you know what? I drove 4 hours to go over there. So get over that, get in the car and go. It's so fun to be together. And so like you can go ahead and probably, I'd say I can't guarantee, but probably 80 to 85 to 90% of the time that I go, I get something free, whether it's a huge amount of recipes or free items or just being able to use things. Britta had different lotions out and this hand sanitizer and the Thieves hand soap and all of that just all around. So I got to use it. So seriously, get to those activities. And if you're in Grand Island area, come to me because I even have Britta coming on the 17th. So, okay. So I posted in the DW Oil Hub, there are 3 different oil blends that Sarah Harnish talked about diffusing. And she had 4 of them from the starter bundle, one that used Northern Lights, Black Spruce, and Genius. And then the 3rd one was Stress Away, Cypress, and Valor. Go in and just look at the posts that were done today. And I did that. Rule of thumb, start in your diffuser about 6 to 8 drops of oil. If indeed that's too much, lower it. You know, when I started, I probably put 1, 2, maybe 3 drops in. And it depends because like the aroma, that little basket, the aroma, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it shoots out a lot of spray. It doesn't have a big basin of water, so it doesn't go for a real long time, but it goes really for a long time. So I always put that like on the intermittent spray so that it'll last longer. And so like I probably put 10 drops in that. But then my feather diffuser is in my guest bathroom. And so I'm going to go ahead and probably put 3 drops in that, put in something like Citrus Fresh or something like that most people love. And I'm going to put that full force because I want to make sure that it's going continuously. So if someone goes in and uses my restroom, then it's freshened up. So like, seriously, just mess around with it a little bit. And yeah, those desert mists, they are amazing. You can just run any combination that you want, just mess around with it a little bit. What I do is when I find a diffuser blend that I like, for example, one that I have lately is sage and vanilla, just equal parts of sage and vanilla. So what I do is I take an empty bottle and then I put in, 20 drops of sage, 20 drops of vanilla, so that then when I'm ready to diffuse it, all I have to do is put in my like 5 drops from the one bottle. I don't have to open lots of bottles. And I'm serious, like I probably have 30 of these around the house and when they run out, I just refill them again, like times 10. And I do that same thing if I'm using, when we get into the Vitality, I do that same process where I mix my oils and then I put them into, so that I don't have to put 2 drops peppermint, 2 drops lavender, 2 drops. I can just put 6 drops of the mix. The important thing about this is put your oils together and let them sit for 24 hours just so they synergize. They like get hooked together. And that's from Sarah. I use my oils pretty quickly after I mix them. And if you're not knowing what oils to pick, you can do muscle testing. And seriously, if you don't know how to muscle test, get into Britta's, the DW Oil Hub, and do a search for muscle testing. And in there, Britta has posted some stuff. Michelle Shar has posted some stuff. Sonia Swan has posted some stuff. Like, seriously, get with one of those people or get in and do a search within the DW Oil Hub, and you are going to find a lot of great information about. You just walk over to your oils, and it's a process that you can learn quickly, and you just find out, do I need clarity right now? And then your body will answer either yes or no. It's amazing. Or just stand there and go, what is it that my body needs? Oh, some tangerine sounds good. Oh, what else would my body need? Maybe some marjoram. Okay, I'm going to take the marjoram and the tangerine, put them together. If the marjoram is like, oh my goodness, that's too strong, just add some more of that citrus. Citrus almost always makes things better. Topically. Okay, so we were talking aromatically there, using it, smelling it. Topically is our second way, and using things topically, you want to make sure, pause. I want to go back for just a minute. If you are wanting a great book for diffuser mixes, this was one that I earned from Britta. She gave it to me for attending convention this last year. Daily Drops of Sparkle. And it is from, where's it from? It is by Kelsey Christensen. And it seriously has like every day of the year. So like for today, it says to use, it's a candy corn recipe. 2 drops orange, 1 drop cinnamon bark, and 1 drop frankincense. Isn't that great? And then I always tell people, if you love that smell in a diffuser blend in your diffuser, then try it, double it, and put it into a roller bottle and use, Zoe, don't forget about it. She has that book and she forgot about it. See, it's a good thing you came to class. Go ahead and double the diffuser blend and then put it into a roller bottle. And then now it's your perfume. Oh, and I forgot. Put it in a roller bottle, double it, put it in a roller bottle, and then fill it with a carrier oil. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit later about why carrier oils are so great. Okay. Topically. Topically means putting it on your skin. And it's important to remember, this is maybe a little more, like diffusing is the one that like lots of people do. Putting it on topically, then you've got a few people that are like, I don't want it directly on my skin. But I'm telling you, this is like seriously a game changer. And I use topically a lot. If your skin gets a little red, it might be that your essential oil is a little too hot, or maybe you have too much. Just put a carrier oil with it. The V6, Young Living's V6 is great. You can use coconut oil. You can use olive oil, avocado oil, jojoba oil, any of those carrier oils, and just put that on top of that area where it's red, and it'll get better right away. If you continue to have an issue with it being red, just quit using it for a while and just use it aromatically. Diffusers are a safety tool against with your family. Instead of using chemicals for the plugins or whatever for scents, you want to go ahead and use those oils in the cleaners and the diffusers and such. And then if the kids are spraying and cleaning and whatever, and they get it topically on their skin, it's not going to bother them. And then another thing is that you aren't going to have, if you do have a reaction, use that oil. Don't try to wash it off. Some oils are photosensitive, and this is generally your citrus oils, because the citrus oils are just squeezed. They don't steam distill. And so then the sun reads them as like being an actual fruit. So make sure that you're using any citrus oils like underneath your clothing or 12 to 48 hours before you go out into the sun. If you are kind of like, I don't know for sure if this is photosensitive or not, just Google it and you'll be able to find that information really fast. Another safety thing is using them topically. Don't put them in uncomfortable spots. Some people like the skin underneath their chin, like the insides of your thighs sometimes. Make sure that you do not put them in your ears or in your eyes. You can use them like around your feet, and your hands are your best place to start. But make sure that you're being careful. And once again, instead of using that water, make sure you're using a carrier oil to like cool it down. I was opening a bottle of oregano one time and got it and like just, I don't even know how it happened, but like it splashed up into my eye. And what I did was I just took my bottle of carrier oil and and then I took a paper towel and just like blotted it. And then I just did that again, blotted it until it stopped burning, and it didn't take long. Another oregano story is I was doing a raindrop massage on my husband, and oregano is one of our hot oils, and you definitely should use carrier oil with it. And I had just gotten a brand new 15 milliliter. And so I opened it up and I went to drop it on his back, and the orifice, this little white part, had come out, and the oil, I'm going to guess probably a fourth of the bottle went running down his back. And I was like, ah, and he's like, it's okay. And I said, no, it's not. I grabbed a paper towel and I'm like wiping it off. And he's like, why are you freaking out with this? And I said, because if it gets down to your privates, it is not going to be comfortable. And shortly after that, he's like, oh my gosh. So yeah. Dropping purification on a dryer ball, way better than oregano on your husband's behind. Very much different. Yeah, much better. Okay. Another thing you might want to remember is to look up the Vitaflex Points. So just Google Vitaflex Points, or if you've got a desk reference, there's information in there about that. And it goes through and it tells you like the different parts that you can do, like your big toe connects with your brain, like putting oils over your heart or on your ear lobes, like that kind of is like your ears have lots of Vita points, and like the tip of your ear, I think what it is your mother. And so like if you're in problems, you can put maybe release or valor or something on your ear to kind of just like get yourself focused. Make sure that you are using oils with like your chiropractor, your acupuncturist, your massage therapist. I always take peppermint is something that jazzes most people up. Peppermint relaxes me because I'm attention deficit. And so like it does the opposite for me. And so like peace and calming, if I want to be wired, if I want to get work done, I use peace and calming. If I want to relax, I use peppermint. So remember that for any kids that you're using that with. And so I always just take my bottle of peppermint in and say, would you please use my peppermint? So just ask. They may not be open to using it, but it might be a good idea to try. So let's see. Royal Crown Diamond Krista Smith has a nose swab recipe. You take a little bit of animal scents or rose ointment, and you add 3 to 5 drops of Egyptian gold and 3 to 5 drops of Exodus 2. Now, I know those are out of stock right now, but if you should have them just sitting on your shelf, like they are powerhouses for immune. And then you just mix that up really well. And then you take a Q-tip and just rub it on the inside of your nose before you travel or before you go out and about. And that will help to boost your immune system and like hopefully like meet those nasties at the door so that you aren't going to have them in. Oils on your feet, go low, and then just use like one drop, or maybe put one drop in some carrier oil, go slow. So remember, go low, go slow, feet, and then carrier oil, or just want to drop or so. And remember that like little ones, babies, young children, and I would say up until probably age 2, but some kids, like I know I've got a friend that her daughter is a 2nd grader and she still has to dilute lots of oils that like don't bother us. And so dilute a lot for little ones and dilute a lot for people that are older because they have more sensitive skin. That skin starts to thin out. If you're unsure of what oils to use topically, same thing, muscle test, or just go and say, which oils should I use? If you love putting, like this is Breathe Again, this is one of the oils that I absolutely love to use frequently. You might want to think about putting a roller ball on it. And then I just take that, roll it over my sinuses, around my ears, and on my chest. And then that helps. It's got lots of eucalyptus in it. And then that helps me breathe better and like just feel good too. So you might want to think about that. I talked a little bit ago about the raindrop massage technique. And with that raindrop massage, they always say, put this oil on and then wait 30 to 60 seconds. The reason we want to do that is because it lets each one of those oils like go in and they don't mix together. The constituents don't mix together. So you might want to think about that as far as just like even putting them on your body also, that you might want to layer them. And so when you put them on, look and see, is it like it's not wet anymore? Then you can put your next oil on. If you would like to add a little intensity, you can use compresses, either hot if you've got some like achiness, or cold if you've got some inflammation. And then some people like castor packs. And so if you want to learn more about that, do a little search on that. Or if you happen to know my friend Katie Regier, she is a master with castor packs. So you could check with her and see how to do those. Simple blending. Remember, when you put your oils together, put the little label of what oils you put in there. So like this one is 3 lavender, 3 lime, 3 lemon, 3 rosemary. And this is like a focus blend, a happy blend for my brain. And so I go ahead and I just do it times 10. So I put 30 drops of lavender, 30 drops of lime, 30 drops of lemon, 30 drops of rosemary. And then I put 5 drops into my diffuser. So don't forget to write them down. Taking a hot bath. If you would like to take a bath, make sure and put your oils into Epsom salt, or into like cream or something fatty, maybe even a carrier oil, so that will emulsify better. If you put just your essential oils into your bath water, they just kind of like sit on top. And so you want them to get into your body. You want to make sure that you are not using, once again, those oils that are real hot, because your bottom is going to go into that water, or it might create some problems. If you want to use these in a shower, you can either use, Young Living has bath bombs, or you can make your own bath bombs, or just take a washcloth, put the oils on it, and like put that on the drain, and then start your hot water. And that's great with eucalyptus. I love that. Or last night, Haley in the class was talking about, she just puts a drop or two, like if your shower is coming here, she just puts the drop over on the other side so the water isn't hitting it directly. And what I do actually most is I take the eucalyptus, do the hands, get that breathing going, put it on my chest, jump in the shower. So it works out pretty good doing it that way. Just mess around with it a little bit. Find some recipes online. An example is a bottle of geranium each month in your hot tub, adding oils like peppermint, lemon, clover, cinnamon to a water purifier, adding purification to a vase of water to keep your fresh flowers alive longer. I mean, seriously, like the things you can do are endless. And if you want recipes, get on Google, go to Pinterest. Seriously amazing. The benefits of using essential oils with a carrier oil, that's why I was telling you, put a carrier oil on top of your essential oils, is they will stay on top of your skin longer. They will not be absorbed as easily because the essential oils are teeny tiny, so they get into our body faster. So if we want them to sit on top and use them like as a perfume more, we want to put a carrier oil with them. All right, the third way, first way was aromatically, second way topically, third way is internally. And if you would like to use an oil internally, you look for the ones that have the white labels. In your book, there is a section that is all about vitality oils. And so if you've got an oil and you're like, I think this is a vitality oil, but it's got a brown label, look up the oil, ginger, and yep, there it is. It's a vitality oil, so I can ingest that. It is safe for me to ingest. Young Living has a lot of vitality oils. And so it's pretty easy for us to be careful with this. But I do want to let you know that the oil that is in this bottle is exactly the same oil that's in the grapefruit with the red label. Same oil, exactly. It's just, this is telling you it's safe to ingest. So use them in your cooking. It's best if you're doing hot cooking to put the oil in towards the end or after it's even cooled down a little bit. If you're wanting to put them in a capsule to take them, if they don't taste so good, you might want to put, if it's a hotter oil, if you want, you know, like a drop of oregano, you want to take that internally, then go ahead and put a carrier oil with it, or eat it with a teaspoon of peanut butter, something fatty, so that you are like not irritating your stomach. Another way is to do smoothies. So take 2 scoops of vanilla pure protein complete and put it in with some spinach, and then add 5 drops of orange vitality, and it's like a dreamsicle. Make ninja shots with them. You can put a whole bunch of different things. Tangerine is my favorite to put in. Nutmeg is another one. This is another thing I learned last night. See, you gotta go to those little classes that Britta has. Nutmeg is great for your brain. Cognitive support. I didn't know that. Yeah. So trust me, nutmeg is going to be in my ninja shots way more. Baste your meats in basil, lemon, or black pepper after you cook them. The taste will stay if you cook them, but the constituents, what it does for your body, will stay better if you put it on after it's cooled a little bit. Emotional oils, whether you're taking them aromatically, topically, or internally, It is huge to use oils for emotions. That's my favorite way to use them. There is a book called Conquering Toxic Emotions, and that's by Rhonda Favano. And she talks about how your DNA remembers feelings of joy, sorrow, hate, fear, love. And so if you want to get rid of some of those things that might be triggering you, you can use oils to help with that. And one of the kits is the feeling kit, and it has harmony, release, inner child, forgiveness, present time, and valor in that kit. And I'm telling you, those are all powerhouses that seriously, they are amazing. And anytime you can get a kit with Young Living, you're going to get a better deal. So I've touched on lots of stuff. Here are the rules. If you get a headache, dilute, get some fresh air. If you have redness on your skin, use a carrier oil. Don't use water to wash it off. Use a carrier oil if it gets too warm. Don't worry about exact amounts. Every person's body chemistry is different. So when I say I want 1 drop, you might want 5. Do what your body wants. It will tell you. So do some muscle testing, or maybe a scan. If you know somebody who has an iTovi scanner or the scans that Britta does, Compass scans, and that will help you kind of get an idea of what you might want to start with. Hydrate. Your toxins will be leaving your cells. So just like a massage, you want to hydrate. You want to drink lots of water to move out any toxins, and just play with them. Find some recipes. Do not stress. Like seriously, it's just get them in, on, or around. I promise you that is going to be the biggest thing. So I don't want you to feel too overloaded. So once again, just open your bottles and use them. Do not stress about it. Layer a couple of oils and get into either the Young Living blogs or get some of those resources. And what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to have to order more oils, and you're going to be fine. It'll be okay. You can always talk to us about the sharing of the oils to get some compensation if you would like to have that. So lots of information tonight. I do want you to hook up with some classes, continue coming here, talk to your enroller or your sponsor If you do not have an enroller or a sponsor and you are interested in what we've talked about, talk to the person who invited you and they will hook you up. If you do not have somebody, then you just go ahead and contact me, Alice Barnes, and I will go ahead and help you get your oils, or I will do some brainstorming of who you have in your circle that might be doing some oils and get you hooked up with them. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you coming in, and you have a great night.